Hey there. So I had a user comment asking me about the Cloudkicker song "Amy, I Love You," and it ties in quite nicely with a video idea I've been sitting on for a while. So here it is. So for me, one of the coolest things about music is how much it's all about context, right? So if I play this B flat, like it's okay, it's a note, it's a B flat, but in the middle of a chord, that B flat can be much, much cooler just because of context, right? So there's a neat trick, right? And we're going to look at it in a couple of progressive metal tunes and also in a Katy Perry live concert. And I guess I would call it, you know, a metrically modulated introduction, right? So let's have a listen to the intro to Amy, I Love You. So. It's kind of how I feel that intro. Oh, that's not the same. So what's going on there is a kind of implied metric modulation in that we don't have very much context when the song starts. We've got the one guitar riff and we've got the hi-hat keeping time. So it's perfectly reasonable to think that it's going to be in 6/8 because that's kind of what all the information you have available tells you. But when the rest of the context arrives, it turns out that you've been bamboozled, right? It's really in 4. So if we have a listen to that again from the start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's how I'd actually feel that. It's actually in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Right, and it sounds really cool because it's ambiguous as well, right? To what extent are the drums coming in wrong, right? To what extent is the guitar continuing wrong, right? And what makes it really fun is that you're wrong about the tempo, right? It's not just about where the accent is for 1. So if you've listened to All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix, a lot of people get the 1 wrong on that song, right? Well, in this song, you can get the whole tempo wrong because you think it's a dotted quarter note pulse, it's in 6/8, but actually it's a straight quarter note pulse because it's in 4/4, right? So there's another more extreme example of the same trick. I say trick, that's a little bit harsh, right? By a band called Uneven Structure, who are awesome, on a song called 8. And again, we're going to kind of feel like it's in 6/8, but it's not. It's in 4. Three and 4 and 2. I'd say 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? That's kind of tricky. So those are 2 examples of the same trick, basically. The second one has an offbeat hi-hat that really throws me off, so I might have secretly practiced here. So let's look at that Katy Perry thing I told you about. So basically, I don't know why I came across this, but it's got this really cool intro that sounds like Slayer, and then it goes all Meshuggah on you, and then it's just I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, right? I did not see this coming. You can hear that as gallop or reverse gallop. Oh, right, okay. So, first thing is at the start, do you hear that rhythm? Do you hear that as a reverse gallop, like Raining Blood? Or do you hear it as a gallop? Right, because it's ambiguous already, right? It should be a reverse gallop, but I always hear it as a gallop. Okay, again, it's all about context, right? Neither of those is more or less correct until the rest of the music arrives. And then this pulls the opposite trick from all the previous tunes. This one is a simple time riff, or it sounds like it, that's actually in compound time. So the trick is the other way around. So the lighting has changed because I've made some guitar profiles and had some dinner in the meantime. But I wanted to do the last and my personal favorite of all these kind of metrically modulated intros, and that is God Be With Ye by Cloudkicker. So the intro pulls two tricks on you. So first of all, the way I hear it as a bar of 6 and a bar of 7, like 6, 8, 7, 8, so 13, 8, and then there's a straight drum beat in quarter notes over the top of all of that. So you already know, okay, it's going to be that kind of 4/4 against a complex time signature that you hear quite often in this style of music. But then it sucker punches you because what you think is the 8th note is actually a quarter note triplet. So let me see if I can go through this with you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you hear the hats going in on straight quarter notes. The tempo shift. 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. So missing the snare drum aside, right? I think that's a really cool intro. And we've seen a couple different versions of this. I know it's kind of tricky to get your head around, so I suggest try listening to the intro and trying to tap the new tempo before it comes in and meet it, right? And what this has all been about is about getting you to think about how rhythm is about context as well as harmony and melody. And that with enough force of mental willpower, you can actually make yourself hear things in different tempos, right? It's really cool. I am rubbish at it, but if you listen to Dennis Chambers, for example, the drummer, I saw him live in New York, and holy shit, like that guy can just take things and move the tempo under them while keeping it groovy. And it's so cool, and I think these are some really simple examples of it, and they are awesome. So if you get really good at it, it might be even awesomer, right? I hope that was interesting.